As a general rule of thumb, if a website or software is free, you are the product. The company provides you something that works well enough so you don't use a different competitor, but the real way that the company is going to be making its money is by selling the data to somebody else. LinkedIn was supposed to change everything, and in some ways it has. With over 1 billion users and 97% of recruiters using it to source candidates, LinkedIn has become the central hub of a professional identity online. Whether you're a job seeker, a recruiter, or just trying to stay visible, you're expected to be there, and you're expected to play the game. But here's the problem. Less than 1% of LinkedIn applications lead to hires. Let that sink in. Despite the platform's dominance, despite hours spent fine-tuning your headline, optimizing your keywords, and adding a glossy photo, the odds are stacked against you. And it raises a deeper question that no one seems to want to ask. Is LinkedIn actually helping to get anyone hired? Or is it just another place where companies pretend to care, where candidates scream into the void, and where performance of professionalism has replaced the substance of actual ability? To understand how we got here, we need to take a look back in time. There was a time, not that long ago, when job searching wasn't this brutal. Before LinkedIn, before keyword stuffing and algorithmic gatekeeping, people got hired through relationships, through trust, through loyalty. Back in the 60s and 70s, 90% of roles were filled internally or through lateral moves. That meant if you showed up, worked hard, and stayed committed, you were rewarded. Companies invested in their people. Career growth was seen as a partnership, not a competition. You didn't need a portfolio, a personal brand, or a TikTok resume. You didn't need to brag about skipping your mom's funeral to close a B2B deal. What mattered were your personal qualities, your reliability, your willingness to learn, and your connection to the team. But then everything changed. Starting in the 1980s, corporate America shifted its priorities. Under Reagan administration, shareholder value became the guiding light. Efficiency replaced loyalty, profits replaced people. Companies stopped training workers and started outsourcing them. Today, over 300,000 American jobs are outsourced every year, and corporations spend 4 times more on recruiting than on training. The result? A job market flooded with external candidates competing for a shrinking pool of visible roles, most of which are advertised but not really available. And standing at the center of the chaos, LinkedIn, the platform that promises access, but in reality, amplifies the dysfunction. So, how do we go from stable careers to a game where resumes need to outperform AI just to be seen? On the surface, LinkedIn presents itself as a tool for empowerment, a digital meritocracy where the most qualified candidate rises to the top and recruiters are just one click away from discovering their next hire. But behind the feed of motivational posts and celebratory promotions is a very different reality, one that built more of an illusion than opportunity. LinkedIn didn't create the job market's problems, but it amplifies them. It reinforces a system where perception outweighs skill and where personal branding is now just as important as your resume, maybe more. It's a platform optimized for the job holder, not the job seeker. Every feature, from connection requests to endorsements, is designed to benefit recruiters and hiring managers. The job listings, often a formality, the posts, frequently performative, and so-called opportunities, frequently fake. The more you try to play the game, the more invisible you become. Everyone is told to optimize their profile with the same keywords, write an impactful summary, and network like their career depends on it, because it does. But the result? A sea of identical profiles, algorithmic dead ends, and a job search experience that feels less like a career step and more like a casino. And in this rigged game, the house always wins. So what is really going on? Is LinkedIn a career platform or a surveillance tool with a login page? Now, before I answer this question, if you're liking what you're hearing, I would greatly appreciate if you drop a like on the video and share it with someone that might benefit from its message, because it is word of mouth referrals like this that help to grow Acquired Sellers' reach so I can continue to give you free tools, information, and perspectives to help you live the life that you want. If you've ever applied for a job on LinkedIn and never heard back, not even a rejection, you're not alone. In fact, there's a good chance the job never even existed in the first place. These are known as ghost jobs. Listings posted with no intention of actually hiring anyone. A recent study revealed that 40% of hiring managers admit to posting jobs just to build a future talent pool. Even more disturbing, 40% keep job postings posted to give the illusion of company growth. In 2024, job listings were half as likely to result in a hire as they were in 2020. According to Resume Genius, there may be as many as 1.7 million ghost jobs on LinkedIn in the United States alone. But the problem runs deeper than just fake listings. These posts serve as a secondary purpose: data harvesting. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft, and it shares user data across its platform with third-party marketing services. That means every time you upload a resume, fill out a form, or apply to a job, your personal data may be quietly feeding targeted ads, algorithmic training models, or even private data brokers. Equifax, with the help of thousands of HR departments, has built one of the largest private databases of American workers, collecting everything from social security numbers to salary history, job tenure, and healthcare coverage. And guess who's perfectly positioned to help funnel that data? LinkedIn. It's no longer just a career platform, it's a massive data engine, dressed in professional branding, and most users have no idea that they're being mined in the process of trying to get hired. As a general rule of thumb, if a website or software is free, you are the product. The company provides you something that works well enough so you don't use a different competitor, but the real way that the company is going to be making its money is by selling the data to somebody else. This is how you can feel like you're doing everything right on LinkedIn, following all the expert advice, tweaking your profile, dropping the right keywords, and still getting nowhere. You're not imagining it. You've fallen into the optimization trap. Here's how it works. LinkedIn teaches users to create the perfect profile: clean headshot, strong headline, SEO-friendly summary, plenty of buzzwords like strategic, impact-driven, or cross-functional. But when everyone is following the same blueprint, profiles become indistinguishable. The platform rewards conformity, not authenticity. It gets worse. Applicant tracking systems, often integrated with LinkedIn, screen out resumes before a human even sees them. In fact, 75% of qualified applicants are never reviewed by a person. And those that do make it to the recruiter, they get on average 6 to 8 seconds of attention. That's not enough time to appreciate your accomplishments. It's just enough time to make a snap judgment based on your headline and job title. Even features meant to help you, like open to work banners, often backfire. Recruiters don't see it as initiative. They see it as desperation. Former Google recruiter Nolan Church called it the biggest red flag in recruiting. Lindy Mustaine, who recruited for Amazon, said it plainly: recruiters want to want a candidate. If you look too available, you'll lose your edge. So you're stuck. You're told to play the game, but the game is rigged. And the people winning, they're not necessarily the most qualified, just the most optimized. Welcome to the modern job hunt, where surface level metrics trump actual ability. LinkedIn has created a world where hiring isn't about potential, it's about performance. Not how well we do at the job, but how well you perform the role of being a candidate. That means appearances matter more than ever. Whether your profile looks right, whether your headline uses the right jargon, whether your activity feed gives off the right vibes. It's no longer about what you've done, it's about how you look doing it. 40% of recruiters admit to hiring candidates based solely on LinkedIn profiles. That's not just laziness, it's a systemic shift in how hiring decisions are made. Even a small gap in employment can tank your chances. 77% of recruiters say that employment gaps signal a need for retraining. 74% believe it reflects outdated skills, and 70% assume it means lower productivity. And LinkedIn's algorithm agrees. Profiles without current employment get significantly less visibility, effectively punishing anyone who dares to take a break, whether for health, family, or burnout. It's a hiring as a theater. Perform well enough, say the right things, look the right way, and maybe you'll get the part. But show any real signs of struggle or imperfection, you're cut from the cast before even auditioning. Despite all its flaws, LinkedIn isn't entirely useless. It's just that most people are using it the wrong way or expecting it to deliver results it was never really designed for. LinkedIn shines in a network-driven industries. Think of marketing, sales, consulting, media, and tech-adjacent roles, where who you know still matters more than how you applied. If you're already mid-career, already having connections, or already having some social proof, LinkedIn can be a game changer. It acts like a professional amplifier. You post a job update and share an insight, and suddenly you're fielding DMs from recruiters. But for early career professionals, job hoppers, and career switchers, or anyone with a less traditional background, LinkedIn can feel like shouting into a void, especially if you're actively looking for work, because ironically, that's when the platform punishes you the most. The system favors the already employed. It promotes people who do not need the job over those who do. If you are not already in the game, it's incredibly difficult to even get on the field. That's not a failure of your resume. That's a result of a platform optimized for image, not intent. So, does that mean you should quit LinkedIn altogether? Not quite. It just means you have to stop playing it like a job board and start treating it like a networking tool. Let's talk strategy. Not the 10 easy hacks kind, but the kind that actually aligns with how the platform actually works today. If you're going to use LinkedIn, use it with clarity. Instead of trying to impress the algorithm or regurgitate trending jargon, focus on impeccable copywriting skills. Get specific and outcome oriented. Your headline is your hook, so make it a compelling one. Just like I had to perfect the title and thumbnail for this video to get you to click, you have to do the same with recruiters. So instead of listing your job title, describe what you do and who you help. Something like helping early stage startups raise capital through data-driven storytelling is far more engaging than financial analyst at XYZ Corp. Essentially, highlight your target job title and the most in-demand skill for that role without being too formulaic. In your About section, most people treat it like a mini resume. I don't think you should do that. Use it to answer 3 things: who you are, what you're looking for, and what makes your approach different. Speak like a person, not a press release. Keywords. Yes, you need them, but don't stuff your profile like it's a LinkedIn flavored SEO salad. Use relevant terms naturally and use them in your experience and skills sections. I personally opt for leaving my experience section big, highlighting the job title and key skills only. This creates curiosity. I'm not highlighting every key skill, just a few of them, because you want to create that curiosity. If you make it look like you've got every skill on the world or in your experience on your LinkedIn profile, if a recruiter sees that you don't have the key skill that they're looking for, they're going to assume that you don't have it. And then you're out of the running. In terms of content, you don't need to post every day, and you definitely don't need to fake inspirational stories, but occasional posts that showcase your thinking and your process or your learnings, those work and they build trust. The next one is up to you, but you can avoid the open to work banner. As we said earlier, it can definitely backfire. Instead, I definitely think it's more valuable to focus on strategic outreach, message people directly, join niche communities, and ask for warm intros. It's far better. It is a networking platform after all. LinkedIn works best when it's not your only strategy though, but a supporting one. It's not where the job offers are hiding, it's where the conversations that lead to opportunities begin. In a world where everything is optimized, filtered, and gamified, human connection has become the rarest currency. And that's what LinkedIn can't replicate. It can show you someone's job title, endorsements, and interests, but it can't recreate the impact of a real face-to-face conversation. That's why for many job seekers, the most transformative opportunities don't come from clicking apply. They come from having authentic human moments, the kind you can't script or automate. One of the biggest opportunities in my career came from my mom chatting with a person she was sitting next to on a plane. That wasn't an algorithm, that was humanity. It's proof that no matter how optimized your online presence is, it will never be replaced by the power of looking into someone's eyes, shaking their hand, and sharing a story. Flaws and all. So, no, LinkedIn didn't single-handedly destroy the labor market, but it did help turn it into a performance. A place where the illusion of opportunity replaces the real things. A system where posting a personal crisis is more strategic than applying to 50 jobs. A platform that benefits mostly from your struggle while offering little in return. But here's the truth. You're not crazy for feeling like it's broken. You're not lazy. You're not unqualified. You're stuck in a system that rewards conformity, not capability. And the only way to break through, stop playing a rigged game and start building relationships outside of it. Talk to real people, join real groups, reach out without an ask, be a human in a world that everybody is trying to turn themselves into a brand, because the best opportunities rarely come from clicking apply now. They come from being seen, being heard, and being real, even if it's just for 2 minutes. What do you think? Please share your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. And if you've made it this far into the video, you may as well subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. I'm building a space for people who want out of the corporate noise and into a real, meaningful career and crew growth. No ghost jobs, no SEO optimized soul selling, just a strategic community and truth. If that sounds nice to you, stick around. While you're at it, you might be interested in learning more about why entry-level jobs no longer exist. You can check that video out here. Until next time.